Today we're looking at 16 brutal truths that people don't want to hear. We're looking at things that most people brush under the rug and pretend don't exist. The issue is that we live in an imperfect world populated by people of various faiths, visions, and values. As the title suggests, this video will make you reconsider your perspective on reality and what you believe to be your own truth. Because, as you can see, truth differs from fact. While facts remain constant, truths are a constantly changing concept that has more to do with perception than anything else. We understand that a video like this will not please everyone and it will most likely offend most, but the rest will benefit. We did our best when putting it together to find truths that have been in place for hundreds of years and will most likely be true for hundreds more. Going through the following list will help you better understand your current situation and identify the best strategies for moving forward. We recommend that you consider how much you agree or disagree with the following statements and then consider what events and factors led you to that conclusion. Maybe by the end of the video, you'll reconsider how you see yourself and your life. Try not to be emotional about it and try to remain objective as the video progresses because you will most likely not like the information we are about to share with you. If you're new here, please subscribe. With that said, here are 16 heartbreaking truths that no one wants to hear. Number 1. We are born different. It would not matter where you were born, the color of your skin, your gender, or your sexual preferences in an ideal world. We would all prefer a level playing field where the best results would rise to the top, but we do not live in a perfect world. This is where we live. If you were born in Switzerland, you will have an ideal life from the start, with a high standard of living, easy access to medicine, excellent education, opportunities all around you, and a clean, polite, and efficient environment. On the other hand, if you are born a female in a country like Nepal and manage to survive at birth, you are likely illiterate and may be sold into human trafficking before your adolescence, or you will be labeled as a witch and shunned from society. If you were born in Switzerland, you have the freedom to marry whomever you want and most likely do not believe in God or heaven. On the other hand, homosexuals are executed in Iran, where people take the Prophet's words seriously. Some people will be born into wealth, while others will discriminate against you based on the color of your skin, because that is what people have done for thousands of years. Be wary of this and look for alternatives, where people are more open-minded. In recent years, developing countries have made a concerted effort to eliminate discrimination and provide equal opportunities, but it is up to you to decide what kind of world you want to live in and then take action. Number 2. You have already lost if you allow your emotions to control you. Emotions are what make us human, what makes us love the world, and what inspires us to create incredible works of art that capture the essence of what it means to be alive. However, the world we live in today is not governed by emotions. This game we call life has its own set of rules that reward efficiency while disregarding emotions. Horses are extremely sophisticated organisms capable of portraying and understanding emotions, but cars have displaced them simply because they are more efficient. The world is unconcerned about your emotions. Nobody cares if your feelings are hurt unless we're talking about close friends and family. Why should they, to be honest? You've seen the world through your own eyes since birth, and while you may believe you're the most important, that doesn't mean the rest of us have to agree. How often has your judgment been clouded by rage, anger, or love? When emotions take control of their actions, people are willing to do irrational things that are not in their best interests. A wise man understands how to channel his emotions for his own benefit. He will control them rather than being controlled by them. Number 3. Your appearance makes a difference. People, it turns out, do judge a book by its cover. You may not like it, but that says more about how you perceive yourself than it does about how the rest of the world treats you. The fact that you are aware of this and do nothing about it should give you pause if the world is in order. Why not capitalize on your selfishness? Make a personal investment. Go to the gym to get in shape. Stop eating junk food and stop putting so much sugar into your body. Invest in a good pair of shoes. Wearing socks and sandals to an interview is no longer acceptable. Guys, this isn't rocket science. We prefer other humans who appear clean and healthy. This stems from a time when people died young from a variety of contagious diseases. Take yourself seriously if you want to be taken seriously. It's not even a cultural issue. It all comes down to timing. There are times when a t-shirt and sweatpants are appropriate and times when the big boy suits are required. Even fashion icon Mark Zuckerberg recognized this during his deposition. If you want people to start treating you better, this is probably the simplest thing to fix. Number 4. The person is not defined by what they own. We talk a lot about the benefits of financial success, what it can mean for someone's life and relationships, and how it can affect you as a person. Having said that, a person is defined by their values rather than their possessions. In our life, we must have multimillionaires who are unhappy because they are surrounded by fake friends and envelop themselves in a layer of superficiality. If you want to get rich, you should do it the right way, by using your money to become a more complex person. Be wealthy in your thoughts, ideas, relationships, and yes, even your possessions, but keep in mind that the latter do not define you. The goal should never be to become wealthy in any way, but rather to become such a valuable individual that the world rewards you with wealth. Please keep this in mind because it can mean the difference between winning and losing in life. Number 5. You are simply dying if you are not living. Being alive and living your life are not the same thing. Life is made up of small moments that cause the blood in your veins to rush. Moments that stay with you in your consciousness are when you are truly alive, but minutes and hours spent stuck in traffic are when you are simply dying. These are unimportant and unmemorable moments that will lead you nowhere. You've probably heard the concept phrased in a variety of ways, such as if today were the last day of your life, would you be happy doing what you're doing? Many people make the mistake of getting caught up in a rat race, and they suffer as a result. Time flies by so quickly that you may not realize your entire life has passed you by. Try to keep track of how your life is progressing. Where you were 12 months ago, what changed, are you better, and where you will be in another 12 months. You'd be surprised how few people ask themselves these types of questions, and even fewer have a plan for what to do with the answers. Whatever your life goals are, it would be a travesty to go through life without achieving them, without feeling fulfilled, and without having the opportunity to enjoy all of life's amazing experiences. It is up to you to take action and make decisions. Number 6. Thinking and doing are not synonymous. How many times have you heard someone say they intend to do something, but never follow through? How many people claim to have ideas, but never act on them? It is time to stop lying to yourself and start putting your actions where your mouth is. The world is divided into those who say they will do something, and those who actually do it. You may not like to hear this, but everyone has the ability to communicate. You're well aware that words are cheap. You are only interested in yourself, and the worst thing you can do is begin to believe your own lies. The world rewards those who get things done, so if you want to make a difference in this short life, it's time to cut the crap and get busy. It is always shocking to hear how many people believe the books like a secret that say all you have to do is think about what you want in the universe, or some mystical power will provide you with exactly that. You do not need to do anything else if positive thinking is your plan to success. You better hope to get really lucky, or you will be met with a very harsh reality. Positive thinking is actually a wish, something you want to happen with as little effort as possible. If this describes you, you are in the same boat. The wish can become a plan with the right discipline and hard work, but it does not work the other way around. You should remain optimistic about your future, believe in yourself, believe that you have a real chance of getting it, and then take massive amounts of action over long periods of time, while making significant sacrifices. You may not have realized it prior to watching this video, but everyone wants to be successful, but only the best players in the game win. Number 7. Money, fame, and success can all make you happy. The truth is that, if you had more money in the bank than you do now, your life would be a lot better. Your love life would probably be a lot better if you were famous, and you would feel a lot better about yourself if you were successful, regardless of what success means to you. Anyone who says otherwise is either lying or stupid. Money, fame, and success are all tools that can be used to help you become anything you want. You have the option of donating your wealth to the underprivileged and living as a monk in the Himalayas. It is also an option to travel the world and learn about different cultures, ideas, and ideologies. Success implies that you have options, that you are not constrained by your reality, that you can say no or yes when you want to, and that, while money cannot buy happiness, it can buy positive experiences for you and those you care about, which, when used correctly, will lead to personal happiness. Stop vilifying successful people simply because they have a better life than you. Number 8. Life is a competition. Most people refuse to accept this because they believe they cannot win, so they try to change the rules so that everyone receives a participation trophy. But the most beautiful thing is when they realize that what goes around don't always come around. Some people never understand that the people they perceive to be bullies are simply playing the game, and you are simply underperforming. Just because you believe someone isn't deserving of success based on your perception of reality does not mean they aren't ahead of you. In the words of the mythical internet, hate the game, not the player. Unfortunately for you, they are still adhering to the game's rules. The truth is that you're comparing yourself to the incorrect person. Life is a competition, but it is a competition with oneself. The harsh reality that you will either be a successful person or fade into obscurity. It is entirely up to you how you wish to play the game. The best option is to spend as much time as possible studying the rules of the game and then playing by the rules, rather than against other players. Who cares how many people are running if the only person who matters to you is yourself? Make certain that you win that race with your previous self and that you continue to grow until you win all the way. Number 9. Everyone, including yourself, is dressed in a different mask depending on the occasion. Your personality is the sum of your past experiences. You would have been a completely different person if your upbringing had been slightly different, but the world sees us as we choose to present ourselves. When we interact with others, we are all playing roles. We make every effort to put our best foot forward. We want to be liked, and we want people to be interested in what we find fascinating. We share our hobbies and interests, and we always strive to find common ground with others in order for them to accept us. Take the time to consider how you behave around different people, how your personality changes subtly, and how you present yourself in a slightly different light. Why do we as humans do this? It all comes down to our natural survival instincts. We want to survive, so we will go to any length to further our own agenda. Do you want to be the best version of yourself? Guess what everyone does, and some people take themselves extremely seriously. Be cautious of who you surround yourself with, as most will only put on a mask before disappearing from your life when your journeys no longer share the same destination. How many childhood friends do you lose touch with because you no longer have anything in common with them and are unaware of it? People wear masks their entire lives, switching from one to the next, which is why I anticipate because everyone is trying to be someone else and only a few succeed by being themselves. Number 10. Poor people remain poor because they never try to learn. Being born into a poor family is a matter of chance, but dying poor is a matter of choice. The poor behave differently than the middle and upper classes. They have distinct habits. They come up with new excuses. They may have been dealt a worse hand to begin with, but they call it quits as soon as they can and accept their current reality as destiny without attempting to improve their situation. To achieve financial success, anyone requires a specific set of tools, which, to our surprise, most people never research and acquire. If used to their full potential, these tools can make anyone rich and give anyone the life they desire. Although a good starting hand helps, you can still do it even if you've been dealt an unfairly bad hand. These tools ensure success. They are known as education, discipline, creativity, and hard work. When most people think of education, they think of expensive MBA programs or prestigious universities for the super rich. The truth is that studying successful people, reading their stories, and looking for patterns in their behaviors can help you learn more about success in life. If you observe successful people, you will notice that almost all of them never stop learning and are extremely disciplined. They use their creative ideas as much as possible, and they have been working hard since they were able to. It all comes down to the decision to do whatever it takes to improve your life and the lives of those you care about. After that, give it everything you've got. The irony is that poor people remain poor because they continue to act rich, while the rich become richer because they continue to act poor. Number 11. What you do for others brings you happiness. Most people you meet in life are only concerned with themselves. Everyone is striving to make themselves happy, successful, or whatever their own definition of success is. The hard truth about happiness is that you cannot achieve long-term happiness if you are the only person impacted by your actions. You can have brief moments of happiness, but they will not last. Happiness does not come from possessions. It stems from how other people feel, which rubs off on you, especially if you're the one who brought them happiness in the first place. This is such a powerful truth because most people do not realize it until later in life. Everyone is looking for their own happiness, and even if they get all the money and fame in the world, they realize they still haven't found it, which leads to depression or worse. This is due to the fact that the entire concept is counterintuitive. While most life goals require you to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. When it comes to happiness, the world appears to be turned upside down. You can take care of others, and the result is that you take care of yourself. Let that sink in for a moment, and then take a look at your own life. Are you happy? What was the source of this particular happiness? Who is in charge of it? What actions resulted in your current state of happiness? When was the last time you made another person happy? The answers to all of these questions will provide you with a better understanding of your own happiness and the actions that contributed to it. Once you've determined that, go in search of that sensation and get as close to it as possible. Number 12. Being busy does not imply that you are engaged in worthwhile activities. Please keep this in mind. Make a big note of it on your vision board or somewhere else you'll be reminded to check your reality. Being busy does not imply that you are adding value to your life or the lives of those around you. One of the most shocking findings from our research is how many people are constantly busy but never seem to get ahead. This is due to people devoting far more time and resources to tasks that are urgent but unimportant. We understand that you need to clean the house and get toilet paper from the store, but if that is all you do every day, you won't have time to do anything that has a real impact on your life. Health, relationships, self-development, and freedom with security are the most important pillars in someone's life. If an action does not fall into one of these four categories in a positive way, it is unlikely to be beneficial to you or those around you. We all have things that we need to get done, such as putting food on the table. The goal is to avoid falling into the trap of doing only those things and never getting around to the truly important ones. When was the last time you did something for yourself that was significant? Perhaps it is time to prioritize those tasks and stop squandering your time. Number 13. Everyone you know, including yourself, will die at some point. This is most likely the most important reality check you will ever receive in your life. It is one of the most difficult truths we must all face at some point in our lives. Your mother, father, siblings, dog, loved ones, and you are all mortal, and at some point, they will all cease to exist. This alone is a compelling reason to be grateful for everything you have in your life. Holding grudges is stupid. Deal with minor issues, and don't forget to tell anyone who means a lot to you how much you care about them and how much they mean to you. Mend your relationships, especially with those who helped you along the way, because you may not get another chance. It is time to get serious about your life once your relationship affairs are in order. You're going to die, so why would you want to live a dull life? You should do everything in your power to create the life you want because you only have one. Whether you believe in heaven or not, why wouldn't you create a heaven on earth just for yourself and those around you? There is no greater goal than to live a life that means something to you and adds value to the lives of others. There is no greater goal than living a life that is meaningful to you and adds value to the world as we know it. Number 14. Your immediate problems will be irrelevant in 5 years. You're aware of the test coming up next week, as well as the project you're rushing to finish. The fact that your boss behind schedule on your latest development project, all of these things stress you out and allow emotions to take control. What we're about to tell you has the potential to change your life if you pay attention and keep this tool in your arsenal of success tools. Here's a test. Ask yourself if what you're worried about today will matter in 5 years. If you answered yes, it's time to get serious about it and make sure you get it right. On the other hand, if you're not going to remember it in 5 years, why are we wasting our time and resources on it? Just get it done and move on to more important things. The 5-year rule can assist you in determining which actions are in your best interests and removing at least some of the noise from your life. It is one of those tools that, when used correctly, appears to be simple enough, but very few people take the time to use it, which is how you end up trapped in a rat race. Number 15. You are a tiny organism floating through space on a rock. Last but not least, we wanted to expand on the idea that daily struggles rob you of your life without giving you much in return, but the truth is that you are not unique. You are an organism that shares this floating rock with another 8 billion people who are exactly like you, as well as another 70 billion living things who are completely unaware of your existence. We are completely enthralled by a certain concept. It's known as the overview effect. It's something astronauts get to experience when they leave Earth and look back from afar. When you are in space, you can see how small the entire world is. How we are all in conflict for things that don't matter, and how individuals don't matter from a nihilistic perspective. You are a part of a living colony that is unconcerned about individual problems because they don't really matter. They matter to you, but not to the colony. It is one of those things we hope to experience before we die, because the overview effect changes the way you look at things, whether they are worries, problems, disappointments, or anything else. Look at the screen right now. This is our planet as seen from space. You are somewhere on this rock, a tiny dot that worries. You're somewhere on this rock, a tiny dot concerned with the smallest details that, from this height, are non-existent. Try this experiment on your own to see what you can learn about yourself. It's time we all stop thinking so small and face the harsh realities of life, accept those we can accept and do our best to live the valuable life. Number 16. Everything in your life is now in your control. There is no predetermined path for you. You're in a race where you choose to put one foot in front of the other. There are numerous forks in the road ahead of you, and you can choose to take a different path than the one you are currently on. Some people do not want to be in charge of their own fate. They do not want the responsibility of making themselves happy or obtaining the life they desire through hard work and discipline, preferring to believe that it is all in the hands of a higher authority. These people believe they have no control over what happens to them, but the hard truth is that you are the river, not the leaf. You have the ability to carve your own path, and if anything gets in your way, you have the strength to push through it and leave a better path for those who come after you. You make a decision about your life and then get to work. You only get one life, so you can bet we'll want to live it to the fullest. You're still with us, and you've decided to be the river rather than the leaf. Make a promise to yourself that you will take control of your life starting today. You will write your own fate rather than living a life that no one will remember. We'd like to know which of these 16 truths had the most of an impact on you. Which of these, as you watch this video, you believe will actually make a difference in your future actions? Let us know in the comments, and we'll do our best to respond to the most intriguing ones. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching, please like and comment, do not forget to subscribe.